Good morning. My name is Polhemus. I wanted to take a couple of minutes to share with you some of the things that happened here at church this weekend. About 45 youth and adults gathered here on Friday night and Saturday morning to participate in B1, our annual service event. There will be pictures on the wall behind me while I'm speaking, so you'll be able to see what we do while I tell you about our experiences. The B1 event is inspired by the 58th chapter of Isaiah. In that book, God calls us to a fast that will break the chains of injustice and free those who are oppressed. That is the kind of fast we choose this weekend. We started out on Friday by playing a game that taught us about fair wages and challenged us to make ends meet as members of the working poor. We took some time out for Dr. Seuss to remind us how ridiculous it is to judge people simply by their looks. We watched a movie that opened our eyes to the plight of African Americans in the era before the Civil Rights Movement. We went to bed in silence on Friday night, not just because we were tired, but also because that was our fast. We fasted from talking. As we reflected on the words of Martin Luther King Jr. from his famous I Have a Dream speech, we experienced, if only for a short time, what it might feel like not to have a voice, not to be able to speak for ourselves in any meaningful way. It gave us a chance to think about what we would dream for the future. It's sort of like what we were doing with the Vision 2020 cards. The dreams we dreamt this weekend for the future of the whole world, are similar to the dreams we all have been thinking about our congregation. I invite you to read the December Messenger newsletter when it comes out in a few weeks. You'll find a full list of our dreams there. For now, I'd like to share a couple of those dreams with you. We have a dream of a world where all people are truly considered equal, where we get to know people for who they really are and not just who we think they must be. A world where there's no ignorance or arrogance, where there's no violence and no war. A world where everyone believes their voices can be heard and their opinions matter. A world where our first priority is serving God. You've been seeing in the pictures behind me that we lived part of that dream yesterday morning. We joined together with many of you in our church family and glorified and served God by cleaning his house of worship from top to bottom, inside and out. Over the course of the morning, there were 80 people working together to get our church and grounds in tip-top shape. Over the course of the morning, we had kindergartens and grandparents with every age in between. There were people here from each of our 3 worship services. That's our dream, our vision for Medford UMC. We want to have plenty of chances for our church family to work together to serve God and God's people, and we want to do it with all of you. We dream of more intergenerational events where we can learn from each other and fellowship with one another and be family made up of the children of God. For ourselves, we dream to be more connected with the world around us. We wish for continued opportunities to think beyond our own needs and our life situations. We want to make it a priority to think outside ourselves and think more of the world as we raise an awareness and use our voices to speak for those whose voices are not heard.